Happy Monday. Yep. We are live from Disney's Port Orleans Riverside. We're all the way up here. I don't know if you know this, but this resort is quite large. So we're going to do a little stroll around Port Orleans. And we do have our cast members hard at work. If you've been on the stream before, you know we start with a very large, loud sound of the cast members hard at work. We're gonna try and go around so we could get away from the noise. But happy Monday. Thanks for being here. Doing a little power washing. Okay. I wouldn't want it any other way, guys. We always start with this very abrasive sound. It's okay. We are here. It's Monday. We're doing it. Captain Kirk, good morning. Hello, Lynette. Welcome. We're going to go on a little stroll. It's going to be a beautiful sunrise this morning. I'm so excited to be here at this resort. I feel like I haven't been here in a while. And I wanted to start at Riverside, because when I do a Port Orleans resort tour, I feel like I usually start at French Quarter, but it's nice to start over here. From power washing to windmills, this is how we're starting our Monday morning. Just taking a breather, yeah, that's my alarm sound on my phone, Captain Kirk. Oh my goodness. It's just like as soon as I start the stream, it always happens. It's okay. It's okay. But I want to thank you for being here. Starting out your Monday on a positive note. We got a lot to talk about today. I'm super excited. So welcome everyone and good morning. We got the water here that travels and goes right up into the windmill. It's super cool. Very calming and relaxing on this Monday morning instead of the power washer. She looks beautiful in the dark hours of the morning. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. You're excited for this week, ready to start out fresh, right? It's a new day, it's a new week, it's a new stream, starting fresh, clean slate. The Shamrock Turtle is here. Good morning, Lauren and chat. Sweet Port Orleans. Yes, we are here. Got a lot of people running this morning. I was sitting like having a moment to myself, drinking my espresso before, and a lot of people running, taking it all in. Hey, Lady Kirk. Oh, Lynette's going to be here next month. That's exciting. Christina G, good morning. Learning with Law. Captain Kirk, excited for another interview tomorrow at a hotel. Ooh, good luck to you. That's very exciting. Very, very exciting. So for those that don't know, this resort is quite massive. I showed the map in the beginning, but there is a Riverside, and then there's the French Quarter, and I really do love walking around here because it is super peaceful in the morning, especially. Lots to see, and we have lots to talk about as well. So as you're entering in, whether you're watching on a replay or live, please make sure you hit that like button. It really helps to, boost that YouTube algorithm, pumps the stream out to more and more people so that they can also learn something new on this beautiful Monday morning. And if you're new here, welcome. Appreciate you being here. And maybe consider subscribing, turning on the bell for all notifications so you'll be notified every time I go live, put out a video, a short. Because sometimes I do a random midweek live stream. You never know what you're going to get here, so make sure you're subscribed. and maybe even consider becoming a Patreon. You can go to learningwithlaw.com or patreon.com/learningwithlaw, and you can see which level is right for you. I also have YouTube memberships turned on as well. You get some of the same perks as Patreon. And on that note, we do have a Patreon 30-minute group coaching call tonight at 6 p.m. So if that's something you are interested in, go ahead, go check it out. The link is down below in the description. We're going to be talking about some of the things that we've been reading in this book that I'm going to be talking about today, Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy. The full title is in the description down below, so you can check that out there too. I've been getting a lot of good feedback on this book. A lot of people seem to be enjoying it so far, so I'm excited to chat about some of the things that I've been learning through that book. So stay tuned for that. Very excited. Let's see who we have in the chat. Shelby's here. Good morning. Yeah, Christina, it is a great hotel. The first time I came down here, like as an adult, I would say, I stayed here. It was really a beautiful resort. And Captain Kirk says, in my opinion, one of the best resorts on property. So peaceful and quiet. We will be there this weekend. Oh, nice. Shamrock Turtle says, excellent book so far. Thank you for the suggestion. You're welcome. Yeah, I love it. I love it so far. And I'm really not that far into the book, but I feel like I'm getting so much information that I'm not even reading it fast enough because there's just so much. I'm taking like lots of notes. So things that I want to share with you guys. And I always just give a little reminder that I am not an expert on the things that I'm talking about, but I do bring my own knowledge, my own experiences to the table, right? And I'm just giving you my perception of what I'm reading, kind of like the little Cliff Notes version of the book. So if it's something you're interested in, you want to find out more, definitely pick up the book and see for yourself. Because as I've said many times, we all have our own perceptions and we look at things through different lenses. So maybe you'll get something different out of it. Nothing wrong with that. Good morning, Peter. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just doing a little walk around here because it's so beautiful. Some of you already follow Adventures by Carney, but if you're not, definitely check him out. He's going live later today. I'm not sure where, but I know he is going live, probably from a Disney resort. So if you want to make sure you follow him and subscribe as well. It's so beautiful back here. Look at this. You can have a nice little room and you walk outside and you have a little makeshift pond and you feel like you're in the woods or the jungle or the bayou or wherever we are. It's just so beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Hey, Ghost Host. Yes, good morning. Good seeing you yesterday. That was so random. Just ran into each other in Animal Kingdom. Beautiful day at Animal Kingdom, actually. It was nice because I honestly thought it was supposed to rain the whole day. Didn't rain at all when we were there. It was just overcast by I think 1 o'clock, which was super nice because there was a breeze. Oh, it was beautiful. I'm going to post, I took tons of pictures yesterday, so I'm going to post some later today on my Instagram. So if you want to follow me there, it's Learning with Law 55. You can check that out. I did recently make my Instagram public because I feel like if you are somebody that follows me on YouTube and you want to just see how I'm kind of living my life, I'm not just here talking and preaching to all of you. I also kind of live that lifestyle too. So I want to give you a window into my world so you can see that I'm not just talking the talk. I'm walking the walk as well. Let's see. Christina G says it rained all day yesterday in Sarasota. Oh, that stinks. I really thought it was going to rain, but it held out and it was super nice. And we went on the safari And a lot of the animals were out because I feel like it was just a little bit cooler without that blazing sun. But anywho, we are here and we're walking around the gorgeous Port Orleans Riverside. And we're going to be talking about the book Inner Excellence by Jim Murphy. Full description is down below. And let's just get into it. So he talks about the 3 pillars of extraordinary performance, right? And this could be not just in sports or anything physical. It could be about any aspect of your life, right? Just how you perform. So he says, love, wisdom, and courage. And this has been repeated multiple times in the book. So I feel like, yeah, we're going to come back around to these ideas, these concepts many times throughout the book. We're going to explore it a little bit further. But look how gorgeous this is. Sorry. And he says to lead with your heart, expand your vision, and be fully present. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that and get deeper into it. Okay, but those are like the 3 pillars of how to have extraordinary performance. Okay. And in order to have those 3 pillars, right, you have to kind of overcome this idea of fear. We all experience it at one point or another in our lives, whether you're, it doesn't have to be something like a haunted house that you're afraid of, or bugs, or whatever the case may be. It could be fear of failure, right? It doesn't have to be something tangible, but everybody experiences fear in their life, right? So there is so much energy in fear that it can be crippling. And I think that a lot of people can identify with that, right? Like fear cripples you. It's something that like can have a hold on you. And if you're afraid of failure, or if you're afraid of growth or anything like that, it's something that like halts your growth and development. And I know I've talked about this in so many different ways on past streams, but people run away from fear and things that cause fear. That's just human nature, right? We're afraid of having that uncomfortable feeling or unfamiliar feelings, right? Because it's not something that we've experienced before. Even if you're in a terrible, horrible situation, by your standards, if it's something that you're used to because it's become habit or it's become your normal, it's scary to step outside of that. Trying to think of if I should go over this bridge or not, because you know me and my bridges. I love to walk over a bridge. But maybe we'll just keep going because there's another one down there and I want you to see this side. Oh, there is a pool over there that we're missing. It's okay. You guys know what a pool looks like. But I just think it's so pretty on this side. I don't want to take away from the beauty of this side of the resort. And there's a little gazebo over here. Come on now. So he also writes that obviously it's human nature to avoid these things, right? But we must use the energy from fear to empower us. We can't even get in there because they're doing some construction, but we can just take a little look at this gorge gazebo over here. Oh, part in our appearance. It's being refurbished. You can get in there. I don't know what's being refurbished about it. But over here, it looks like they're doing some construction and probably updating these rooms. Captain Kirk, most things that I fear never come to fruition. False alarms. Yes, that's a really good point, right? Things that we worry about or are fearful of, that's our mind kind of playing tricks on us. We don't know that those things are necessarily going to happen, but based on past experiences, maybe things that you've, heard multiple times in your life, right? That's kind of ingrained in us, and that causes our fear or worry or anxiety. So that's a great point. But Jim Murphy tells us to use that fear, the energy from it, to empower you and move you forward, right? Because sometimes when we're like afraid or even like worried, we almost have that element of excitement too, that kind of goes back and forth. So you have to morph that fear into more of excitement, right? Or anticipation, or even connect with something bigger than yourself and use it as your motivator. Like thinking about why you're doing a specific thing, because it might be new and scary, but if it's something that, connects you to something bigger, whether it be like a charitable thing or something that will benefit your family or your relationships, right? Connecting it to like why you're doing this particular thing and focusing on that will help you to move past the fear. And he talks about this word Zoe, Z-O-E. And it's a Greek word, and he says it brings your true self as you serve others and life with fullness of life. So he's saying if you are basically living your life trying to better yourself and better the people around you, it's this state of being called Zoe. And I did want to mention that because I'm sure he's going to mention this throughout the book multiple times, so I just wanted to give you a little introduction to that. But it's really just like the state of being that makes you feel fulfilled because you're trying to serve yourself and others. So pretty over here. I don't think I've ever walked this way. But I just love how like all the buildings as you're walking through just look slightly different, right? They each have their own like characteristics, and this is super pretty. I feel like you're walking into like a little mansion. Hey, Shannon, good morning. I don't really know where I'm going, but here we go. Got a vending machine there. So lovely. Oh, we come out by the fountain. Yes, yes, yes. So gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Pink light. Are you kidding? So beautiful. Just come out here, have a moment, spread out a blanket and just read a book, meditate or journal. Oh my gosh. Get to take in the beautiful views. I mean, are you serious right now? Oh. So beautiful. We're just gonna have a moment. I like to have a little moment to pause during my streams, just to have a moment of silence. You can use it as a moment of prayer, a moment of gratitude, a moment of meditation, whatever you want to do, setting your intentions for the week, a little reflection. But I am just gonna zip it for the next few seconds so you can focus on that, and then we will resume. But let me just put this down right here and you guys can just take in the views. Just super gorgeous. All right, we're gonna keep moving. But even if you have your like room right here, you can just come out, have some breakfast outside. I do wish they had some like benches along the like edges of the bushes there, but even just to sit on this fake grass, it's just nice to have a quiet moment and listen to the power washing in the distance. All right. Jim Murphy goes on to explain that there are 3 crucial characteristics to master any performance. So again, it doesn't need to be a sports performance. It could be anything in your life, anything that you are doing. So you need to have belief, focus, and freedom. And I'm going to get into each aspect of that. Like, what does that mean? All right, so for belief, that's something that separates us from the crowd and the rest of the people that are working to do this thing, whatever it could be, whatever type of performance you're trying to do. So it's something that within you, like this belief of being and this almost like this hope, is something that's going to set you apart from everyone else. Your focus is your ability to have heightened awareness in the present moment. Okay, that's your ability to be focused in the now, be in the present moment. Let me just take a look at this here. I like to always check out the resort activities. Family wellness, they have the fishing hole, but you have to pay, it looks like. Bike rentals. Find a friend. Oh, okay, you have to find the Hidden Ray photo op. That's cute. There's a mosaic class. Of course, they have the movies Under the Stars, Glow with the Flow at the pool, nighttime trivia, that's fun. Campfire on the Bayou, Disney character experience, arts and crafts, Mickey tie-dye, poolside activities, medicine show arcade. Okay. Looks like a lot of these things have dollar signs next to them. It's okay. Oh, Friday they have Inside Out 2. Love that movie. Yeah, Lee, find a friend. That's interesting. It just just sounds a little odd how they named that. Find a friend. Okay, going back to it, we're up to freedom, the ability to be bold and take risks and hold nothing back, right? That's true freedom. Just being able to have and take risks. Don't hold anything back. If there's something that you really want, go after it. And something that I've really thought about a lot this past week is that life is just so damn short. Had some interesting, sad news this week. And it just put some stuff in perspective for me, that it's just like, you never know when your final day on this earth will be. So just making every day count is so important, right? And things can just change in an instant. So I think it's super important to just keep that in the back of your mind. Like, if you really want to do something, just get out there and do it. You never know, how much time we have left here. And I know that just sounds like grim. I don't want it to sound grim, but just live each day is really what I'm trying to say here. Take in the beauty, appreciate the small moments, and tell your friends and family that you love them. So important. Love this little fountain area with the flowers. Are you kidding? These beautiful flowers. I like these purple ones over here. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And again, I feel like there's parts of this resort that people never actually see when they're staying here, because I know when I stayed here, we did rope dropping from the morning and fireworks at night, and we came back and just went right to sleep, just crashed. Never really explored the grounds here. So there's so much that you can appreciate and take in when you're staying here. Or some people just go right to the pools, or, oh, that's cute. They have a little croquet set that he put out. But, just walking the grounds, it's so nice. Jim Murphy also says, people who live among the daring are unique. They're one of a kind. And there's 3 different ways that they show this uniqueness, right? And if you want to be one of those people, listen to these 3 different criteria for those that they stand out amongst the rest. Oh, and there's a bridge over there that I didn't cross over, but again, I wanted to show you this beautiful side. There's a bridge down here that we're going to walk over. All right. So these people, they know who they are, right? They are understanding and fully present in their identity. They know what defines them. They know the type of person that they are, and they don't compromise on their values, right? They fully understand who they are. They're not trying to be someone they're not. Number 2, they think, talk, and act differently from everyone else, right? They have their own boundaries, routines, the people that they associate with, what they talk about, and what they focus on. And they continually reorient hearts away from surface level results, right? These people are people that are not just looking for, external validation or monetary rewards or any type of physical, like tangible rewards, anything like that, right? They are different, right? They're going after something bigger. They want to better themselves. They want to better the people around them. Look at these gorgeous flowers that are just like growing on the vines here. So pretty. They're so yellow, like highlighter yellow. I love that. Kind of hard to see on the stream like how vibrant they are, but they look like almost like they would glow in the dark. Super cool. And number 3, they crave greatness rather than conforming to the world. They sacrifice temporary pleasures, acceptance, and comfort. I find that so interesting, right? We all like to live in a comfortable world. And I'll tell you right now, I have really recently been faced with a lot. It's been a rough month, and just trying to come to terms with a new normal has been challenging for me. So I know that this period of time is, it's a big transformation. I'm transitioning into a different phase of my life, and it's uncomfortable. And just trying to tell myself it's okay to be uncomfortable, because that's when we grow. And just because something feels comfortable doesn't mean that it's the right thing for you. So just keep that in mind if you're ever going through a challenging time in your life or some sort of struggle. Sorry, I'm just taking a moment. So when I tell you that these streams have been so rewarding for me, I'm very serious. It helps me to kind of reflect on my life as well. So I always appreciate all of you for being here in the mornings with me on Mondays. Because as much as I like to share information with you guys and help you with whatever you're going through, it also helps me. So I just want to thank you all for being here. I appreciate all of you. Thank you, Captain Kirk. Thank you, Lynette. Sorry, I am not a fan of being vulnerable, so, but I have to take my own advice, and sometimes it's okay to just share that. Thank you, guys. Love you, Shelly. Thank you, Steven. All right. Enough of this, but I figure it's, hey, I'm on a bridge, right? The symbolism of bridges, guys. I love it. Moving from one side to another, right? It's a transformation. From one area of your life to another, right? Just getting over that bridge. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Lee. Oh, Pete, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all of you. Anywho, enough of this. Coming back. Okay. Getting back to the book. Leading with your heart. What does that look like? It means you're developing self-awareness, right? That you need to live with passion and be your true self. I was talking to my friend yesterday. We had a nice little Animal Kingdom day, and we were talking about how both of us are very, very self-aware, and sometimes we're like, we don't want to be aware anymore. Ignorance is bliss. Let's not be aware anymore. But no, it's important to have that self-reflection, right? As a teacher, I think it's something that's ingrained in you to like reflect, like how did that lesson go and what would you do better next time? And it's also important to be self-aware of like the victories that you have, right? It's not just all being reflective on the things that went maybe negatively, but also on the things that went well. So it's important to have that self-awareness so that you're able to live fully in, you know, your true self. We got some bats under there. I hear them. I don't know if you can hear them. But let's just look at this gorgeous sky. Come on. WDW Stream Finder. Yes, crossing that bridge. Moving on. Captain Kirk, now to the Bat Cave. Yep. I don't know if you can hear them, but they are chatty this morning. Chatty, chatty. All right, and we're moving our way to French Quarter. So, again, when you lead with your heart, you're clarifying how you want to feel and live and who you want to become, right? Being fully present in the present moment and establishing your identity, right? It's also important, and I know we've talked about it on past streams, to identify, what your 2 values are. And yes, you can have tons and tons of values, but at the end of the day, if you can't identify your top 2 values, it's kind of hard to make decisions and be your true self if you don't know your top 2 priorities and values. If you can't define them, right? It's hard to communicate that to others. So I think that was the Shades of Green stream that I did a while ago. I talked about it in Brene Brown's book, Dare to Lead. So if you want to go back and check that one out, you can. We also did a group coaching call on that concept of, selecting your values. So that was pretty powerful too, which I loved. And again, just to remind you, tonight at 6 p.m., for the top 2 levels of Patreon, we are going to have our 30-minute group coaching call at 6 p.m. There is still time to get in on that. If you would like to join, go to learningwithlaw.com or patreon.com/learningwithlaw. You can also become a member on YouTube and get the same perks. Just depends on which one you want to pick. All right, and what I like to do as well is give you guys a little takeaway from the stream, a little freebie. So if you're interested in receiving a great PDF that helps you to kind of pause, reflect, it's a PDF that you can use over and over again. So send me an email to LaurenMcTurk@gmail.com, and I will send over a pause and reflect PDF for you. In the email, you can just write pause, you can write reflect, you can write pause and reflect, whatever you feel like writing, and I will send that over to you for free. No strings attached. Isabellis, thank you. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. I feel like they put a fresh paint of coat on these rooms. I don't know, they just look more vibrant today. The doors. I like the different colored doors. They look so pretty. All right. Let's see. Oh, yes. Being fully present. What does that mean? It means you're being fully engaged in the moment. You have a clear mind and an unburdened heart without needing any type of self-concern or how do I say it? I don't want to say conceited, but not only thinking just of yourself, thinking of others, right? So your heart is open, you're fully present, and you're also allowing yourself to be vulnerable and connect with people. There we go. The sky looks so gorgeous this morning. Jim Murphy also talks about seeking self-mastery. And I love the way that he kind of puts that, seeking self-mastery. That's something that I like to do. I want to master myself. It looks like this is a fire pit that maybe they do some roasting of marshmallows, I would assume. It's a nice little spot to do it in this beautiful little grassy area. So mastery is the pursuit of personal growth, to learn, to live with love, wisdom, courage, and ultimately, Zoe, just what we talked about earlier. And I wrote that down because I was like, you know what? I feel like that's what I like to do every single day, right? I want to grow personally every single day. I like to learn every single day, and I want to share that with everyone. You guys, my amazing audience. Okay, Captain Kirk, yeah, marshmallows and movies on the lawn. Ugh, how wonderful is that? Hello, Michael John Richards. Good morning, thanks for being here. All right, actually, Oh, I always get torn. I'm like, which way do I want to go? I like to walk near the water, so let's do that. Let's do it. Squirrel. Get me away from the squirrel. Well, yeah, I'm very easily distracted on this stream. Firefighter 2 stood there 2 years ago, found the rooms a little too small for my liking. Yeah, they are a little tiny, but that's why you got to get out and walk around the beautiful resort. Captain Kirk says, being fully present means engaging your full awareness in the current moment rather than being distracted by thoughts of the past or future. Absolutely. Love that. When we're thinking too much about the past, it depresses us. If we're thinking and worrying too much about the future, it gives us anxiety. We have to be fully present in order to, really enjoy life. Jim Murphy talks about the ego and how the ego has certain needs. And when they are not met, we get embarrassed, offended, or irritated. And you can think about, when was the last time you felt embarrassed or offended or irritated, right? And if you think back to what was the catalyst of that, it's something that is not part of your identity, something that your ego either wanted or felt challenged in a way, right? That's not who you are, but that's your ego. And tonight on the coaching call, we are going to dive a little bit deeper into the critic, the monkey mind, and the trickster. We talked about that on the last 2 streams, the different types of mindsets that we have, certain, when we're going through it. We're going to dive deeper into that, kind of talk about how to combat those states of being. So I'm really excited for that. But really, the biggest takeaway from that is you are not your thoughts, right? You are the observer of your thoughts. So what information are you going to allow into your conscious mind? Kind of connects with what we're talking about here with your ego. You are not your ego. You don't have to give in to your ego, but you can acknowledge that it's there. Everybody has one. And here are 3 different ways to master the ego. But first, welcome to the Sassagoula River Cruise. I love this. A scenic cruise to Disney's Port Orleans Resort, Riverside, and Disney Springs. Oh, so stinking cute. I love this little map. I know there's a glare on the screen, but it's cute. Hey, Peaches, good morning. Happy Monday. They have a little running trail. It's 1.7 miles. Very cute. I gotta start running. I have how many? I have 3 or 4 half marathons in the next 5 months. So I'm running in October. I go back to Long Island and there's a half marathon there. November, I'm going to Savannah. I'm running a half marathon there. January, there's a half marathon in Celebration. And February, I'm doing a 30K trail run. So my legs are gonna just fall off by March. So have I really trained? No, not at all. I gotta start running. So that running trail just kind of gave me the motivation, let's go. We gotta get running. Gotta get busy. All right. So here we go. 3 ways to master the ego. 1, you're unembarrassable. All right, that's hard. It's hard to do, but nothing can embarrass you or reduce your sense of well-being. Just going into any type of situation, just be like, you know what? I'm not gonna be embarrassed. I'm just gonna be myself and just embrace that, the way people react to certain things, that's on them. It's not on me, right? Just as long as I'm being my authentic self, there's nothing that really should get in my way. And I know that's easier said than done, But again, it's more about the awareness of these things, right? Once you become aware of them, it makes it a little bit easier to identify in the moment. And if you can label it, you know what that is, it kind of makes it a little bit easier to navigate. So that's why, hey, I'm giving you as much information as I can to help you. Number 2, you're unoffendable. So people's words don't push your buttons or make you angry. You have self-control and you're not self-protective. That I thought was huge. Okay, so let's talk about this here. A lot of people feel like on social media, especially, because it's easy to hide behind a computer, but people get offended by things and things that people post, and like, it's just wild. Like, people need to calm down a little bit. I'm not going into the parking lot, so we're gonna just like loop around. But like, realize in that moment when you're getting angry or irritated or somebody's pushing your buttons, just like take a minute and pause, regroup your thoughts and wonder, okay, why is this triggering me? Like, where is this coming from? Is it worth it to make this a bigger deal, right? And it probably isn't, like, ever. So just be like Elsa and let it go, because you are in control of your emotions and how you respond to things. So it's okay to let yourself like be a little angry or get a little irritated, but don't let somebody else take control of that. Like, you're giving your power away. Like, don't do that. Let's go. No, we'll go this way. Okay. And you're not self-protective. Okay, so let's talk about that too, because that is a big thing. So if somebody is trying to put you down, right, or say things about you, or maybe it's unintentional. Maybe sometimes people say things and they're trying to poke fun just to be funny, but you just take it the wrong way and you're like, absolutely not, and you like react, right? And you maybe overcompensate and try and protect yourself by stooping to their level and putting them down, or saying something to make yourself look better. Like, don't do that. Don't self-protect. Let that be on the other person. Okay, they're showing their character in that moment. You don't need to lower yourself based on what they're doing. So I thought that was pretty profound. I loved that one, on being unoffendable. And the third one, I think that kind of connects, right? You're being unirritable. You're steadfast, you're calm, you're compassionate, and you're fully present to the beauty and possibilities that always await. Love that. There's possibilities all around you. I'm trying to remind myself every day to stay open to like any possibility. Nothing is certain. Nothing is 100% guaranteed. There's so many possibilities, right? And there could be possibilities of things you've never even thought of before. So just being open to literally anything happening is such a great way of being. Look at this fountain. Where am I right now? Come on. I don't know what I said, Lee, but he goes, okay, Goggins, seriously, maybe the running thing. Yeah, well, I'm not running 200 miles at a clip, so. Water off a duck's back, I love that. Silence is golden. Aw, Captain Kirk, your favorite fountain. Look how gorge. So pretty. And then, I don't want to spin this too fast to make everyone dizzy, but like, look at that sky over there. Come on. So beautiful. They did a little tree trimming here. Let's take a minute and sit by this beautiful fountain. I love this sentence. Jim Murphy says, humiliation is a mental construct. It's made up in your mind. My gosh, so profound. We all experience things differently. So something that might completely humiliate you or make you feel humiliated might not be a big deal to somebody else. Or you could be someone that says, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. I can't believe that happened to you. And the person's like, it really wasn't that bad. right? It's your perception of the situation. You might go through the same thing as the person next to you, and you might feel so embarrassed, and the other person's laughing it off, right? It's all about our perception, and I think that is so profound. And again, it comes back to what I say all the time, is that everybody has a story. So you never know what somebody is going through. So just be graceful. Give people grace. Give yourself grace. We're all going through it. When you're unoffendable, you have the freedom to live life unattached to the words or actions of anyone you might encounter. Absolutely huge. Love that so much. Nothing anyone says or does can steal your peace and presence. Like, nobody could steal that moment from you. You cannot let other people's words or actions take you out of your rhythm and flow. You are flowing, my dear. You're flowing. Don't let other people halt that. Don't let other people steal your peace. You are in control of that. Oh, Captain Kirk, that's amazing. We sit here in the morning with our coffee. I love that. Hey, Sue-Ann. No worries. Welcome. Yes, Shamrock Turtle, let them. Let people be miserable if that's what they want to be. But don't let that affect you. That's on them. That is completely on them. All right, let's walk this way. And if you haven't noticed, life is full of moments that can steal our focus 100%, because I've been distracted many times during the stream. You've seen it, right? Things that are trying to steal my focus, but it's in a good way, right? I'm getting distracted by beauty and nature. Love that. But just recognize that. Like, that's just the way life is. Nothing is ever going to be easy breezy. It's just not. Just depends on how we are going to respond to the things that are going on around us. And it's easy to let some person or event hijack your emotions, because that is literally what they're doing. They're hijacking it. But don't get consumed by the circumstance. You can pull your power back, right? If you are somebody that's quick to anger, or somebody that gets easily offended or irritated, recognize that and realize, hey, you have the power to control that. Nobody else but you. So take that power back. We got a cute little playground over here for the kiddos. The last time I was on the stream, you saw I got a little beignet, but they don't just give you one, they give you 3 of them. Like, who do you think I am? And the amount of powdered sugar you get should be illegal. Like, there's a layer of it on the bottom of the bag. So we are not doing that today. I'm so sorry, but my body cannot have that. But it was absolutely delicious. I had 1 of them. I could not eat all 3. I'm just a little person. I can't do that. Hey, Nemo with glasses. Good morning. Since we walked along the water before, we're gonna just stay inland over here. We got the music going. People are starting to wake up, start their Monday on vacation. Some people are leaving here, so sad for them. Yes, that is a great point, Lynette. Some people just love to push your buttons, and you need to resist. That is for sure. Some people just like get a kick out of pushing people's buttons, but that's them trying to use their power against you. No. Take your power back. Don't let those people affect you. You're stronger than that. Absolutely. Seriously obsessed with this book so far. Really not even 100 pages in, and there's so much value and so much information. Oh, this guy was like staring right at me. That's right, you go the other way. I'm not a fan of squirrels. Truly. I haven't seen any rabbits yet on the stream. Usually we see a rabbit or two, but I have not. Let's see, maybe in this little garden area, we might see an animal. If you haven't already hit that like button, I encourage you to do so. It's been a great stream so far. We want to push this out to more and more people, spread that positivity, right? What you put out into the world comes right back at you. Maybe consider subscribing. You want to hang out with me on Monday mornings, jumpstart your week. Look at this cute little fountain area. Love it. Hey, good morning, Brett. Welcome. Gorgeous with the little frogs. Ah, so cute. I love this. I would sit out here and read a book right on the edge of this fountain, make a wish. Captain Kirk says, the idea that self-control is like a muscle you must exercise is a metaphor that holds true. The more you practice self-control, the stronger it becomes. Absolutely. I love that so much. You're 100% correct, right? You're going to be tested every single day. Just like I said, there's always going to be distractions. There's always going to be like that shiny object, like over here, right? That's going to distract you from your goals. It's going to distract you from, you know, maintaining that like self-control. But you are the one in control of that. You have the power, right? So exercise it every day. It is your job, right? Love it. And you know what? If you have a bad day, if you mess up, it's okay, because there's another day right around the corner, right? Or take a minute, regroup, and start again a minute later or an hour later. It's okay to like have a little reset. We all need that. We're all going through it, right? So give yourself grace. I want to get this plant for my apartment. I think it's called like something with like snake something plant, I think. It's supposed to be like good for like the oxygen in your house or something. I want to get it. Does anyone have one of those? I think it's called something like snake leaf or something. I don't know. I would look it up on my phone, but I cannot at this moment. Snake plant, thank you. Cleanses the air. I have a couple, of course. Lee, I had a feeling that you would know the answer to that, so thank you for proving me right and for giving me that information. Oh my goodness, Captain Kirk says, mother-in-law tongues. Wow, okay. We can call it that. It's interesting. Love it. 2 different versions, 2 different names. That's really great. That says a lot right there, Captain Kirk. All right. Love it. All right, new part of the book. We're talking about dreams versus goals. I love how Jim Murphy talks about these as 2 completely separate like definitions. And I think it's important to get these into perspective because I never actually thought about it in this way. So let me share this with you. He says that goals are external outcomes and they're not in your full control. That's a goal, right? And I'm very goal oriented. So when I read that, I was like, ooh, okay. All right, I like to be in control, so I don't like the fact that they're not in my control, but it makes sense, right? There's a lot of things that can affect whether you achieve a goal or not just the things that you're doing, but there are some external factors. Okay, great, love it. Dreams are feelings. This was also very eye-opening for me. So we set goals in order to get the feelings we want. Aha, so they're connected. If you can truly play, quote unquote, without attachment to what happens after it's over, right? Whether you get it or not, it creates such a positive energy that it resets the nervous system. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that you have a goal in mind to achieve a dream that you've had, and your goal, you're not in full control of. Your dream is the feeling that you want to achieve. And as long as you're not attached to that outcome, like whether you receive it or not, you're just along for the ride, you'll be and have more positive energy. Ooh, I liked that. But I just didn't like it telling me I'm not in control. It's okay, we're learning. I'm a work in progress, just like everyone else, right? It's okay. I know where my weaknesses are. But I really liked those two definitions, right? Because that keeps it real in your mind, right? A dream is that fuzzy, warm feeling, something that you want to have, the feeling that you want to have, right? And it's usually after you achieve a goal. I dream to be a winner of whatever competition. And it is a goal to come in first place, right? It is a goal to push past my limitations. But I can train and train and train, and something can just happen that day that I have no control over, right? So just keeping in mind that you can work very hard on a goal, but something can stand in your way, and you might not have anything to do with it. But if you focus on the journey of preparing and the steps that you took to achieve that goal, and you focus on, you know what? I did really, really well leading up to this moment. I'm gonna be proud of that. I'm gonna honor that, right? I'm gonna acknowledge myself for that instead of having attachment to whatever the end result was. Love it so much. Brett says, I tend to let things fester for a long time, even years, and it steals my current joy. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you acknowledging that and realizing that is huge, okay? And that's the first step in moving past it. Journal about it, Brett. Get it out on paper, because sometimes it just like will leave your, not that it will leave your mind immediately, but sometimes just getting it all out instead of speaking it, just writing it, the act of writing it, helps you to release it. Good morning, Bill. Hey, Disney Mike. Oh, Disney Mike. Okay, so what shoes am I wearing to do all this walking? These, I don't know if I would encourage these as walking shoes. These are called Flux. I'm only wearing them because I just came from the gym, and I like them for like my cardio days in the gym and lifting days in the gym. They're pretty versatile. But if I'm walking around a Disney park all day, I usually wear my running shoes, which are Asics, and they're super comfortable. So like, I don't know if I would do a full park day in these shoes necessarily. They don't have a lot of like support, but they're just good for like the gym that I go to. And I started the stream right after I went to the gym, so that's why I have them on. But if you're looking for a park shoe, I recommend Asics. And that's my little commercial there. Thanks for asking. Thanks for being here. Oh boy. Well, it's been a gorgeous, gorgeous morning here at Port Orleans. I want to thank you all for being here. Who Dat Dave says, what time are you at the gym? 1 a.m. I am impressed. So Dave, I wake up at 4 in the morning during the week, and I am at the gym by 5 a.m. It's a 45-minute camp. It's a boot camp that I go to. And yeah, then I come here and I stream. So wake up at 4 a.m. every weekday. Saturdays, I sleep in till about 6. I'm at the gym by 7. So that is my routine, and I love it so much. I feel way more productive when I go to the gym in the morning, because it gives me energy. It's like the hardest thing I'm going to do all day is in the morning. Everything else is like, I got this. Disney Mike, what is the temperature there? I Don't know right now. It's probably in the upper 80s, I would say. It's very humid for sure. If you want to do a humidity check, you can take a look at my hair. It's actually not too bad. This is like gym hair. And I just got a haircut, so it doesn't look that crazy. But yes, I want to thank you all for being here and hanging out with me on this gorgeous morning. Appreciate you. Yeah, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, maybe become a Patreon. Go to learningwithlaw.com or patreon.com/learningwithlaw, or you can be a member here on YouTube. If you do, top 2 levels will be part of my 30-minute group coaching call. Top level, you get a free 30-minute one-on-one private coaching. So if that's something you're interested, let me know. Captain Kirk says, thank you, Lauren. Always a great way to start the day and the week. Have an amazing week, everyone. Great info today. Lynette says, looking forward to tonight. Yes, can't wait. Have a great day, Lauren and chat. Lady Kirk, thank you, Lauren. Have an amazing day. Stay safe. Do you mind the heat? I love the heat. Bring on the heat. Lee says, thank you, Lauren. What a terrific stream and location. Growing heart, mind, and hair. See y'all later. Oh my goodness, yes. Remember that you belong here. There's so many things that happen in our worlds, but you're here right now and you're meant to be here right now. So think about that. Shelly, thank you, Lauren. Have a fantastic week, everyone. You too, enjoy. Yeah, leave it in the comments where you'd like to see me go live next week. We'll see you all real soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.